Hello and welcome back, guys. This is Ibrahim Qureshi here, and today we are going to install Veeam Backup. So, um, basically, if you're running a lab in your environment, or if you're having a production environment, 100% you need to have a level of backup and restore to be able to, recover services or systems which have um, any issues overnight or any issues after patching, or they might have any corruption over the time after Windows patches maybe, or if you're doing Linux patches. So you need to have a certain level of recovery. So of course we have got VMware Snapshot is often confused with other some people. They think it's a method of backing up, and I had a guy asking me to take a snapshot and keep it indefinitely on a Windows server, because he was about to delete some data, and he wanted to me to take a snapshot and keep it indefinitely. I was like, nope, that's not going to happen. So the rule with snapshot is 72 hours as suggested by VMware, but general rule of thumb I would say with snapshot, take a snapshot, do your change, test it. If it's good, delete the snapshot. Simple as that. So which basically takes us back to what are we going to do if we want to recover a virtual machine which is a week ago or a month ago, or or you want to recover some data which was maybe accidentally deleted like 2 months ago. So this is why we have different level of backups. Veeam Backup and Replication software is available for people who are running virtual environment. You can also have backup of physical, your Mac machines. You can even do backup from AWS. So it is a amazing tool. I have used Veeam Backup and Replication 11. No, sorry, I have used the version 10, and this is the first time I'm going to deploy version 11. Having said that, let's quickly show you the one which I'm deploying. So if I launch the console here, close that down, relaunch it. Okay, so here download Chrome, that's fine. So I am, as you know, I'm a V expert. So Veeam has got a community edition for people who are using it in their lab or non-production use only. So basically the one which I am going to go for is the Veeam Backup and Replication Community Edition. All you have to do is you have to fill out this form, and basically, as I said, free backup for VMs, Windows, Linux laptops, NAS, and more. Yeah, so you just need to fill out this form. Obviously you have a product overview here and a feature comparison if you want to go through and check out what's new from version 10. And then once you download it, the installer basically is around 9 gig. I have downloaded it already and I have mounted it. So let's get started with the installation. Okay, so it's asking for some dependency, which is Microsoft Visual C++ 2015-2019 redistributable. To proceed with the Veeam Backup and Replication installation, click OK to install this prereq. So obviously we need a SQL database as well, and we are going to use the free Microsoft I think it's called Express, isn't it? SQL Express, which is going to install for us. So let's get started, and it's just going to check what's going on. I'm going to successfully install this, then I'm going to license this server later on. I just install a brand new server. The only thing I have done is set a static IP, set a name, and then basically yeah, enable remote desktop because I have connected via RDP. That's all I have done, and then we are ready to go. So the other thing I wanted to say is I normally create a Veeam drive for keeping all the backups. So I'm going to try and install the Veeam software itself on this Veeam backup drive, and then we could potentially store the backups files on another drive, but because I have this dedicated drive just for Veeam, I'm going to install this on this drive, and also I'm going to keep the backups on this drive as well. So it has taken F drive because I had two drives already there, which is fine. End user agreement, just always read and make sure you are agreeing to what you're agreeing, and then click next. So there you go. License for the Veeam Backup and Replication. If you do not have a license, just click next to install the community edition. Okay, so I downloaded this I think 2 days ago, and I got a call from one of the Veeam executives today asking me whether I need any help. I explained that I'm using the community edition. I'm already running Veeam 10, and I'm using the community edition, and I'm a V expert, and he was happy. And he said if I need anything, to let him know as well. But yeah, that's how you can download and install the community edition. Just download it, and you don't need to download a specific version which has community edition written on it. Just click on next. That's it. I'm going to, so there you go. It is by default it's going to install on the C program files, right? And we do not want that. We want it to be installed on a different drive. So we will say browse. We'll select the drive we want it to be installed, and click OK. It's going directly there. Okay, so what we will do then is browse, make a folder, and then basically set it to install on this one. Cool, and then click finish. Sorry, click next. So this is the drive which I was talking about, just behind here. You can see a 0.5 terabyte which I have added, and that's where it's going to be installed. So you can see that it has run some pre-checks, yeah, and it has failed on so many things. So SQL, Microsoft SQL Server 2014 management objects are failed, PowerShell is passed, Universal C runtime is passed. So your computer does not meet the minimum requirement. Click install button to deploy the missing feature. So I really love this setup because obviously anything which is missing, it identifies and installs it for us. We don't need to go and search for these components. Imagine I have 5 things missing here, and to go 5 different places, install these things, it will be a nightmare, right? So this is why I love Veeam. So click on install, and it will go and get all those missing components, the prereqs to install Veeam backup and recovery and replication, sorry. So there we are, guys. So it has installed all the prereq now, and you can see it, everything is passed. And all we have to do is click on next and get started. Let me bring this in the center so you guys can see it. So I want to format this a little bit different. Let's see, oh, maybe it's okay. So this one, let's rename it. Let's call it Veeam. Veeam install files. So yeah, we know that it is installation files. So it has all the prereq. So you can see now. So Veeam install is going here. The install folder will be that one, Veeam install. The writable cache folder will be f program files veeam /backup. So that is why I changed from Veeam backup to Veeam install. So there's another folder which is in Veeam /backup /irc cache. So, and then there will be another folder created, vbr catalog. And we need to make sure these ports are available. And if I say let's specify different settings, let's see what we can do. Okay, so it's using administrator account, it's fine. It's okay. Instant recovery writable cache is in there. What we can do is just put it outside Veeam /backup /ir cache or something like that. So I'm going to call it Veeam /backup /irc CHE IRCACHE. Okay, and that's that. Click OK, and this is fine. This is on F drive. So just separated it from the program files folder just to have it outside of it. Okay, so next, and now we got program files Veeam install, which is going to have all the installation, and then writable cache folder is Veeam /backup /ir cache, and then this is the catalog, which is in F drive catalog. Happy with that? Let's get installation started. Okay, so it's going to install the SQL. SQL 2016, so it's back. you can see it will take some time. You can quickly pause the video and resume it once SQL is installed. Sometimes I have noticed, just to give you some idea, sometimes I have noticed if you reboot the machine, so yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to install it. It's heavy software. It's around about 9 gig on the download itself. So what I, so it is, I think I put it here, right? Where is it? Temp. Yeah, so as you can see, it's around about 9 gig and downloaded it, 9.5 gig. Yeah, so it is going to be a little bit of time in installing it. Now what I have found in the previous version 10 is say for example, if you reboot the Veeam Backup and Recovery Windows Server, you will be getting a lot of errors saying, you know, certain services are not started, and when you try to launch the application for Veeam Backup, it won't launch, or it won't allow you to connect to the console. So all you have to do is basically open your Windows Server Manager. In that, it will highlight the uh, services which has not been started on appropriate times, and then all you have to do is, some of them are early starts or delayed starts, so the one which are delayed start, leave them for last and then start the applications one by one, and eventually when all these applications start, then go for the delayed start applications and start those. And once all these applications are or all these services, sorry, not the applications, once all these services are started, then you will be able to launch the Veeam Backup and Recovery software and start using it. That's only when you reboot it, and you may not need to do it manually as well if it reboots and restarts the services on its own. However, if you do run into any issues, that's how you would you know, restart those services and get it online again. So now it has gone past the SQL installation and it started doing the install Veeam Backup and Recovery. um, so we still need to wait for it to install. To pause the video again to save some time on just watching the screen and the bar go up. So it's now installing the console, as you can see. Soon you'll see a small icon here for connecting to Veeam. So what next? After you install, obviously I'm installing it to connect to the VMware environment. So I will add the vCenter server, and potentially I'll add all the physical hosts individually. And I have not added this Veeam server on the AD because I do not want any dependencies. I'm logging in locally as an administrator on this server. So when there is a disaster, there you go, you can see that the icon just been created here in backup and application console. This is what I was talking about. So yeah, as I was saying, so I'm going to add all the ESX hosts individually on the Veeam console, and I'm going to create individual backup jobs. I don't have a huge environment. I don't um, from the point of view of core management systems, I would say I have around about 6 or 7, I guess. So that's what I'm going to add, individual backup jobs.
Before afternoon सुबह पूरा वो करना पड़ेगा, बाकी आफ्टरनून का टाइम वो ये साइज का पैचिंग करना पड़ेगा.
सही तो बराबर. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. अभी मेरे को थोड़ा सा बताओ फिर से, मैं व्हाट्सएप पे रिकॉर्ड कर लेके भेज लेता हूँ. सो कीना का वेबसाइट का यूआरएल नहीं है अपने कने?
यूआरएल मैं उधर अपडेट करके रखा है.
कहाँ पर?
I will be available on if you need something then I will be available. I will not be sleeping.
Okay.
I will be on traveling. So मेरा दोस्त भी है मेरे साथ.
Okay. You are driving or he is driving?
No, I'm not driving. मेरा कसिन है, मेरा दोस्त भी है.
Okay.
वो दो आदमी ड्राइव करेगा.
Okay.
मैं गाड़ी का अंदर है, वो कुछ है ऐसा कुछ पता नहीं तो कॉल करो, मैं अवेलेबल है.
ओके, तो खाली मुझे कीना का यूआरएल एंड लॉगिन होना है, एंड वन विल गो इन. इज देयर एनी वीडियो ऑन हाउ टू वर्क ऑन कीना? कुछ है क्या पहले से? नो. ओके, दैट्स फाइन.
उसका अंदर कुछ नहीं है, जस्ट वो बुकमार्क कर रखा है कीना.
ओके, बुकमार्क है ना, दैट्स फाइन. देन लॉगिन डिटेल्स तो स्प्रेडशीट पे है या वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट पे? उस पे है, नोटपैड पे या वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट?
डेस्कटॉप पे एक वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट है ना.
हाँ,
उसका अंदर यूजर नेम पासवर्ड सब कुछ है, लेकिन वो नहीं चाहिए.
ओके,
जस्ट ब्राउजर ओपन करना पड़ेगा
एंड यू कैन गेट इन. या
नया टैब ओपन करना पड़ेगा, और नया टैब ओपन करेगा तो वो बुकमार्क हमको देखा है ना, वो आर्मर नहीं क्लिक नहीं चाहिए, वो ऊपर देखा है तो पता हो जाए. वो ये साइज का पहले कीना लिखता है.
हाँ, समझ गया. हाँ,
क्लिक करना पड़ेगा, मतलब यूजर नेम पासवर्ड पूरा उसका अंदर सेव्ड है. You just need to click on login, that's it, and you will get into the Kina website, and there we have to click on dashboard, and in dashboard these are the numbers which we can see, and I think after that you already saw what I did.
सही. हाँ, वो तो देख ले तुम. ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम.
चलिए, वो इतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड कुछ नहीं है उसका अंदर.
ओके, सही है. ओके, थैंक्स.
अवेलेबल है, बात करें तो बात करें, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, लेकिन गाड़ी का अंदर है, तेरी वर्क करने के लिए थोड़ा मुश्किल आएगा ना.
नहीं, नो प्रॉब्लम. आई विल लुक इनटू इट, नो प्रॉब्लम. चलो ठीक है, बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर रिकवरिंग योर मनी. इंशाल्लाह यू विल गेट इट बैक.
मैं बोला है ना पहले, एक बिस्किट का काम, बिस्किट का वो बिस्किट करता है ना.
हाँ.
वो बिस्किट का वो उधर चेन्नई से इधर लेके आता है, इधर होलसेल दुकान से पूरा देता है, ऐसा था डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. अभी मैं 28 तारीख में पैसा डाला, एडवांस 7 लाख डाला. बाद में वो बिल मेरे को देने के बाद मैं एडवांस 7 लाख दे दिया. बाद में वो आदमी लोग बिल कैंसिल किया. वो क्यों? बिल कैंसिल करेगा तो पैसा रिटर्न करना पड़ेगा. वो पैसा रिटर्न करना किया नहीं, सामान भी दिया नहीं. इतना दिन होगा, अभी 2 हफ्ता होगा. इसके लिए वो केरला का आदमी है, उधर चेन्नई में, तमिलनाडु में सेटल्ड है. ओके, सही है. हो जाएगा, वापस आ जाएगा. वो बिल क्यों कैंसिल करें? एंड व्हाई डिडंट दे वांटेड टू डू बिजनेस लाइक ऑन प्रोडक्शन ही? I was doing this business for last 2-3 years, but there was no anything like that. But now this happened, and every day when I'm calling, they are saying that give me 30 minutes and I will transfer the fund. That's what they are saying every time. And from 28 तारीख से वो सेम बोलता है. पैसा वापस दे, इतना दिन होगा. सही है. 7 लाख से यार, इसके लिए मेरे को बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. हाँ, इतना बड़ा पैसा, वो भी ऑब्वियसली इट्स रोटेशन मनी एज वेल, इजंट इट? बिजनेस का रोटेशन बिजनेस है ना, बिजनेस में रोटेशन मनी आएगा ना, वो रोटेशन का मनी पूरा उधर ब्लॉक है. इसके लिए वो रिलीज करना पड़ेगा. सही है. चलो, कैरी ऑन, होपफुली यू विल गेट इट सॉर्टेड इंशाल्लाह. ओके, या थैंक्स वेरी मच. नो प्रॉब्लम. बाय. ऑल बाय. So you can see that there are more installing cumulative patches. Also saw that it installed some Linux distribution dependencies, I guess, and also AWS as well. So we're getting there, hopefully.
we can see that we are still installing the cumulative patches. So I'm going to pause the video again and hopefully come back once it's successfully installed. Okay, so we are done. The installation is successful, as you can see. Let's finish this. Click finish and exit. The console is already installed, you can see that here. We could potentially install a console on another machine if you want to, by just opening the setup, I guess. Exit that. Let's launch it. So I don't need to do any password here. And that's your Veeam Backup and Replication 11 launching. So the installation has taken well over 1 hour something. So it is a big install. Just to give you an idea. So I select the server to update product components on. Consider removing server which are currently down and reachable from this section. Okay, so we can apply this. So it has added itself. It's running now. All components have been updated. Brilliant. Finish. So there you go. This is our community edition, which we have installed. 10 workload, no support, limited item level recovery, which is file level recovery, we can call it. And obviously this is a free version, right? Community edition is for home labs only. So I was wrong there. It's not for dev environment or non-production. It's only for home labs. You can see that here. So let me correct myself. This is only available for home labs community edition. If you are installing on your production environment or in your business or your small business, this is what you need to consider. You need to go for small business edition, which is backup essential. So the good thing is it does give you 10 workloads. Yeah, no support. Thought it used to give unlimited workloads before, but maybe they have changed from version 11. Or and you can see there's no object store integration, no backup testing, no monitoring and reporting, no centralized management, no connect to service providers. So yeah, and this is basically it. There's video tutorials, community forums, and what's new section. You can obviously check out more in detail. The pricing is available as well. If you are going to install this in your environment, production environment, you can just check out the pricing here. Yeah, request pricing, so they are not showing the pricing tables. Brilliant. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to do another session on how to add your virtual infrastructure here on Veeam Backup. I don't want to extend this video any longer. It's already been half an hour. So let's do another session on adding the inventory and adding your virtual environment. So be sure to check the next session and learn how to add the vCenter server, the ESX host, and creating backup jobs for you can have a backup job for multiple machines, or you can have a backup job for individual machines. I will walk you through how to do that. So be sure to check out the next session, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to me, and subscribe to me on follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @Ibrahim Qureshi. So enjoy watching and keep sharing. Cheers. Bye.